Hot topics, weird news, shock talk radio, cavecrewradio.com.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. It's the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. It has been a very, very long week for me. But I am here. Big B is here. Welcome. I threw the comment link into the chat. I can do that, so maybe we can avoid Facebook users.
But Facebook user is our number one fan.
Yes, there's so many personalities. So many personalities. God, this has been a long week. I thought it would never end.
Can I tell you, I woke up the middle of the night 2 nights ago on Wednesday night going into Thursday, and I swore it was Saturday morning.
Oh.
Like I didn't have to get up for work and the kids didn't have to go to school. And then I quickly realized it's only Wednesday night. I still have 2 more days of work and school to do.
Did you fall back asleep?
I eventually, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like it when I wake up around 1 or 2 and I can, I still got some sleep. But lately I've been waking up like right before the alarm. And it's like, do I sleep or do I just drag my ass out of bed?
At that point, I don't do either. I just lay there until the alarm. Like I won't go back to sleep. I'll watch TV or something until the alarm goes off.
It's depressing. It is depressing. But I've got great news. So it's now 2 seasons. It's been 2 years, but I have been desperately trying to get to a Toronto Maple Leaf home game.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I had the end of the year game against the Montreal Canadiens in Toronto, and that's right when COVID hit.
Right.
So when we canceled our cruise, we lost the hockey game, all kinds of good things were happening. And then going into this year, I had tickets again for multiple games, and they got canceled again when they stopped having fans and whatever wave it was, the 19th wave.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at a meeting. They've loosened things up. So we have some of our meetings in person now. And our health and safety guy, who not many people like, but I do, was leaving the company. And he came and said goodbye to everyone and pulled me aside and said, hey, I've got 4 tickets to the last game of the year between the Bruins and the Leafs. Do you and your wife want to go? Now, he's a huge, huge Bruin fan.
Okay.
He's been to Boston. I can just imagine how this is going to go down. I'll have my wife and I with our Leaf shit. He'll have his Bruin shit. And then, of course, we were supposed to include the kid, right? So our tickets are up a little higher. I ended up buying 1 ticket. And I think I showed you in chat how low it is. It's like 5 rows off the glass.
Right. I remember that.
For him, we're a little bit higher. hopefully we'll rotate seats so I can get a close-up view of these guys. I've seen them in Detroit, but I've never been to a home game. You know, there's something about a home game, right?
But you've never been to a Toronto Maple Leaf home game?
I have years ago when they played at the Gardens, but I've never been to the new arena. I've never seen the modern age team that they are now. I've seen them in Detroit.
That is shocking to me.
Well, Detroit's right there.
But I understand that. But you are a huge Maple Leaf fan. You'd figure you'd go to, obviously not the past 2 seasons, but at least a season or 2 prior to that. You figure you would have gone to 1 or 2 home games.
Those I gotta explain to you. And it's not who's a better team or who's not a better team, but try and get tickets to a Maple Leaf game. Like every single ticket, including the nosebleeds, are season ticket holders. It's unless you know someone, which I was lucky, you don't get a game, or you're going to pay $1,500 a ticket, and that's hard, man. Like if Matthews isn't playing that night, or Campbell's not playing that night, or Marner ain't playing that night, like you want a show, right?
So in the off season, when they release the schedule, and then they, shortly after that, they start releasing tickets for the upcoming year. Of course, everybody can buy their season tickets, but generally, most franchises, hold back a certain number of tickets for, the general population, not season ticket holders. So you can sell them on a daily basis.
Standing room only when you can't even tell what color the team is.
That's it.
This team is crazy.
Wow.
So anyway, bigger news. I get an email today. Hey, DK, next Sunday, Easter Sunday, got to work on Monday, right? 4 tickets for the Islanders and Leafs. All right, I'll take them. So I'm going up twice this month.
For all the years you didn't go, and now you're going twice in a month.
I'm in heaven, absolute heaven. And I didn't start the clock, so I don't even know. You didn't even tell me I didn't start the countdown clock.
Well, we have 3
minutes now.
2 minutes.
You got me so excited. So yeah, like I can see them anytime I want in Detroit. The other plan was the first year was to drive to Columbus, which isn't far away. You see the Leaf fans in all these games. They're all over the place. It's easier to get tickets in Buffalo or Ottawa or Detroit than to see them at home. This is going to be cool.
I'm still thoroughly shocked that you haven't gone to a home game in years and years.
Years and years, since the Wendell Clark era. Darcy.
Holy Christ, since the Wendell Clark era. You're talking about the late 80s, 90s?
Yeah. It's been a lot. Life goes on, right? And other things are more important. And now it's going to happen. So if they fucking Omicron takes a deadly turn, I'm going to be pissed.
I think they're done with that now. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. They keep threatening, but anyway, let's get the show on. We got a lot of fun. Scotty and Cher will be joining us in a few minutes, and Choo Choo Stu is supposed to be here, but ladies and gentlemen, it's late in the morning in England, and he is not answering texts, so chances are he ran 5 miles and fell asleep.
Do we have the Stu cam at least?
No, I don't even have that. I don't even have that tonight. But maybe he'll show up late and come and join us. So all is not lost yet, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go. Let's hit the button and let's go live.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
The show is about to start.
Roger, we have liftoff.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is Radio.
Warning, Will Robinson. This program contains bad words. Use caution. If easily offended, enter at your own risk.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gonna go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clayman, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power, one goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook, and of course over on talkshoe.com, among other places I can't even keep track of anymore. We are also available on podcast in case you missed some of the show and you want to catch up anywhere where podcasts can be found. Anyway, it's great to be here. We're supposedly in the spring, but it sure doesn't feel like it up here in southern Ontario. Great show ahead for you, ladies and gentlemen, including some weird news. We do actually have Florida in the news tonight, so stay tuned for that. And of course, Mike Jolitz is by for his special segment as well. But let's not delay the show anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring our people into the show. First of all, our co-host from Queens, New York, is the self-proclaimed elect president of the United States. He is the Duke of Uranstancelli, as knighted by the Queen of England herself, and the judge who presides over all sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, he is also a university graduate. And of course, he is always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am Sir Big B, your president-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I have some breaking news.
Stop the press. We have breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news to start the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I bought a pillow from a crackhead.
Hang on a minute. I know it's early, but just in case, I need to write something down.
Needs to write things down. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I bought a pillow from an apparent crackhead. So I needed to buy a new pillow. Mine was old and it got ripped and the guts were coming out of it. So I needed to get a new pillow. I went online to the My Pillow website and I bought a My Pillow. They are very comfortable, by the way. And you can choose your filling and all of this and how thick you want it and everything like that. So ordered a My Pillow. A few days later, it arrives. And it's all wrapped up. It's like one of those, like when you get one of those mattresses in the box, it's got to expand, right? So it's all wrapped up. So I'm feeling the package, and there's this flat thing on the bottom, very thick, flat thing on the bottom. I don't know what the fuck this is. So I open the package, I pull out the pillow. It's to start expanding, and all of a sudden, I pull out a book.
Oh, a book.
There is a book that is attached to my pillow. And I open it up, and this is the book that I received.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Please. The title of the book is "What Are the Odds from Crack Addict to CEO?"
Oh,
Mike Lindell. And I don't know if you can see here. It's one of those covers where
it's changing.
That's his crack addict picture. Ooh. And there's his CEO picture.
This is freaking me out. Do it again. Oh,
so it's sinister crackhead Mike Lindell, happy-go-lucky pillow salesman Mike Lindell, and there's also on the back too. If you
wait a minute.
I gotta figure out how it. So that's him as a kid, I guess.
Yeah,
and then that's him speaking. So
he's got a future in virtual reality.
Yes. So this is the book that came with My Pillow. Apparently, Mike Lindell is the owner of My Pillow.
Yes,
the company My Pillow, and apparently he was a crackhead. So in looking through the book, I guess this is a book all about his past and how he got himself right. So there are 3 sections to this book. One called cocaine, one called crack, and then one called Jesus.
He's a Jehovah's Witness. Listen, before you go any further, this is wonderful. I gotta order this book. I would love to say that I have never bought a pillow from a crack addict, but I also have a My Pillow.
Oh, you do? So then you officially bought a pillow from a crackhead.
I did, and
you didn't get the book, did you?
No, I did not get a copy of the book.
I didn't realize. Like, I wanted to make sure I didn't pay for it. First of all, like when I ordered it, I didn't say, "Oh, give me the book." I looked at the thing that it was free. It was just included in my order. So I guess that he's handing this out to everybody that buys a My Pillow. So
you need to read this book.
I am going to.
I need to know if he is like the bedroom version of Joel Osteen or Oral Roberts or this could be huge. This could be the biggest movement since the Mormons.
I am definitely going to read it. This came 2 days ago, I believe. So I haven't had a chance to actually crack the book open and give it a read. Just checking out the sections, and there's like pictures from his life in here. So
okay, hang on, let's get you up there. Chris says in chat, we live in Windsor, DK. I'm pretty sure we bought things from crack addicts.
So this
is got a few on my bench in hockey.
There you go. So it comes with it has some pictures of his life in there in various times. There's some more right there. So that's the Jesus book. That's the Jesus time.
This is the one I really need us to get to chapter 3 at some point, because I'm really thinking that he's turned some kind of a page. I mean, was he not recently, gotten a lot of trouble for something political, or he's
a conservative person and kind of leans more towards the conspiracy theory conservative. So not in my kind of wheelhouse. I don't like conspiracy theory people. He leans more that way. So anything he says will be, expanded upon and all of this, because he does say some outlandish dumb shit. But I blame that on the crack.
Yeah, you need to over the weeks. I'm not rushing you. I know you're a busy person. And I'm going to be away at hockey games for the next few weeks, doing the big league shit. But you got to keep us posted. But speaking of ordering a pillow from someone on crack, our friend is back tonight.
I'm sure he's ordered more than a pillow from people on crack from where he lives. And that, of course, is the Paris of Appalachia, the only person to lose twice on the Believe It or What challenge, the horizontal wonder himself. It is Scotty and Chair.
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
We notice you have a pen today, so we should.
I have pen and notebook and
Excellent.
a phone.
You're not using a napkin.
No napkins today.
Okay.
Were they purchased from a crack addict?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Probably.
I'm
or at
sure
least the company was probably run by some.
Like working in the business you work in the retail and fuel industry, you must see a lot of crackheads on your
almost every night. We have a group of people that live probably 5 minutes from the store in this little town thing that we have going, and we see them almost every night.
So do you do an overnight shift?
Mm-hmm. I'm there from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. I mean to 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
So
depending on when I can get out of there.
Are you behind like bulletproof glass?
No.
Is there any security between you and the customer?
No.
Fun times.
So you are face to face from the crack addicts. And can you elaborate a little bit on this little town we have? Because you're in Pittsburgh. So
it's called Neville Island, and it's situated between McKees Rocks and Coriopolis, and it's just basically mostly industrial. There are residents on there. There is a university, Robert Morris University is on there. So it's more industrial than anything else.
But there's a special town.
Well, there's a special area for these type of people that are 5 minutes away from the store. So it's a special
see how political
area
we are becoming on this show. We're very slowly adapting to the me culture. These people.
And to quote Tropic Thunder, what do you mean, these people?
Who the fuck is Tropic Thunder?
You ever saw the movie Tropic Thunder?
Oh, you never seen it?
Someone in chat. I thought I missed something.
Oh, that was a fantastic
movie.
A fantastic movie. What do you mean, these people? Although the quote is actually, what do you mean, you people?
All right. That's a very nice thing to call them. But welcome back, Scotty. Of course, we had a big event last week that we very quickly have to review here, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to our final two to see who will face Big B in the Believe It or What challenge. Seems like this has been going on forever, but Afka did defeat Amanda last week. Great match. And then went on to give her a tarot card reading to find out she was not a transvestite.
Thank God.
I'm very happy about that too. I would not want to buy my Scentsy products off of a transvestite. I just couldn't do it. These people will be facing Sepia Jason Scott, Captain Canada, in the final round. The date is yet to be determined, ladies and gentlemen. The weather's getting warmer. We're having a harder time booking dates, but stay tuned for that. The winner to face Big B, who is, of course, the resident guru, Mother Teresa Gandhi of our Believe It or What. We just started out to kill some time on one Friday night.
And look what it's turned into. it became a weekly thing between me and Stu, and then it just exploded into what it is now.
You got to think Stu's the favorite, though. Just the experience, and he plays dumb, but getting that trampoline question last week was stellar.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I mean, you played 6.5 rounds because we didn't play the bottom half of the 7th round. So 6.5 rounds, and he got 5 questions right. So, he can, through his experience and knowledge, he can rattle these things off pretty quickly. I am not going to give my pick because the winner faces me. So I will recuse myself from picking who I think is the winner.
The word of the week, ladies and gentlemen, recuse myself.
I will recuse myself.
Someone in chat could Google the meaning of that for me. I'd really appreciate it. Scotty, who do you pick? I think he faced both of them.
I have faced both of them.
Yes.
And yeah, I faced Jason the first time and Stu the second.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I think it's going to be close.
Just really quick, watching you respond to question, and you don't have to answer, but I was just wondering, are you one of those people?
No, I'm not one of those people.
Okay, good.
I'm not one of these people or those people.
Okay.
I'm a different sort of people.
Are you a transvestite?
No.
Okay. Have you raped?
I have not raped.
Has DK raped?
I have still not found the time to indulge in that activity.
Got it. But what you're saying with that comment is if you did have the time, it may happen.
No. As I age, my libido is probably fading. But you never know. I could be, somewhere in Jamaica or Mexico. I might breed one of the locals. You never know. You just never know.
Or Detroit.
Well, not in Detroit. No, I've been there enough times.
You could find a lot of crack addicts in Detroit.
I probably could find those people. Yeah. Listen, we've got some news to get to. I'm going to get myself out of here really quick. I'm just going to find the thing. So let's go right into the news because we don't know. Stu may show up inadvertently at some point. Here we go.
Now it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
Yes, it is indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into the Florida stuff or Mike Jolitz, we got to get to our stuff. This was a very popular post in our Facebook group. There was like 75 likes and 40 comments. Everyone had something to say about this, and it didn't catch my eye at first, but I guess this is a fascinating story. And also states the modern day relationship. So there you go, Big B. What do we got here?
So this comes from the Daily Mail. The headline reads, Chinese man has lived in an airport for 14 years so he can get away from his family, plus smoke and drink as much as he wants.
Nice.
I know. I just go for walks.
He went for a walk 14 years ago and wound up in Terminal B.
Hang on a second.
Hold while he writes things down. He's good. See, I haven't written anything down yet. He's already got 2. I don't know when I'm going to write things down. Living with family can be overbearing sometimes, and many may feel annoyed and trapped by constant pestering. Boy, does that sound familiar. For Wei Jianggu, a Chinese man who is in his 60s, the solution has been to move to Beijing Capital International Airport.
So wait a minute, he did not decide to do this. He had a midlife. So my life is not really over. If you're saying 14 years and he's in his 60s, this is an option for me and you and Scotty and
Sure.
We can meet up at an airport. I'm sure they'll be fine with that.
I didn't say I'd want to meet you.
No, but we could meet up in an airport. Never mind. Fine.
He is understood to have been living at the Beijing Capital International Airport for 14 years so that he can smoke and drink as much as he likes. Mirroring Tom Hanks' Victor Navarisk in the 2004 movie The Terminal, where a tourist is forced to live at JFK Airport, Mr. Wei has a setup of his food, belongings, and sleeping bag in a waiting area. He said he won't return home because then he'll be forced to quit drinking and smoking, a habit he supplies with his monthly government allowance.
Oh, that's how he's making. Okay, cool.
He's one of these people.
One of these
So
people.
instead of just finding another house to live in, he just decided, fuck it, I'm going to live in the airport.
So many questions already.
Me too. In 2018, he told China Daily, I can't go back home because I have no freedom there. My family told me if I wanted to stay, I had to quit smoking and drinking. If I couldn't do that, I had to give them all my monthly government allowance of 1,000 yen. Oh, shit.
Which is enough to buy sake and food and cigarettes.
It comes out to 119 pounds. But then how would I buy my cigarettes and alcohol?
That's like $200.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Wei's home is in Wangjing, around 12 miles away from the airport. He moved in 2008 and had settled at Terminal 2, which is the warmest, but has previously told Pear Video that he sometimes visits Terminal 3. So when he wants to go on a vacation, he goes to Terminal 3.
I love it. Sometimes he visits Terminal 3.
Hold while I write things down.
I got you there. He looks like he's having a pleasant conversation with someone in this picture as well. He's got his chopsticks, his noodles. He looks like he has all his condiments. Mike Joliet's in the house. Well, Big B is writing something down.
I think
ladies and gentlemen, it'll be coming up shortly.
I think Scotty could do well in an airport because he's used to having like very little, like this dude's kneeling on the floor eating his noodles. That's what Scotty was doing until he got chair. He's already on the floor eating noodles.
He's already got a leg up on this guy. You already got.
Yeah, I have a chair
and a bowl.
So I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have to get anything else. Just chopsticks and my sake and whatever else I need.
The man has said that he'd given up looking for work and was let go from a job where he worked at an internal combustion engine factory in his 40s for being too old. While he goes out if he needs to do any shopping, he doesn't like to leave the airport because he won't get cold that way.
Is it cold in China?
Apparently.
Okay.
The outlet also talked to staff at the airport who said Mr. Wei is harmless, albeit being a loud drunk.
You better through the empty.
One worker said that Mr. Wei had been encouraged to leave a few times, but every time we mentioned it, he was drunk and lost his temper.
Yeah, I could see him like Mr. Miyagi. In the Karate Kid when he gets into the sake and shit.
Right.
Really, really emotional and violent.
Well, he added that the airport dweller doesn't bother other passengers, and with the terminals being warm, doesn't freeze in the Xunyi district's cold winters, in which temperatures plunge as low as minus 13 Celsius.
Oh, it gets cold. Okay, it gets cold.
According to China Daily, Mr. Wei is not the airport's only resident.
Oh, you guys. So there's more of these people.
There's a lot more of these people, apparently. In 2018, as many as 6 people were thought to be living like him, with one man notorious for blasting Chinese opera music from his radio.
Oh, I wish I had a sound clip.
You got one drunk and one blasting Chinese opera.
American radio who doesn't run out of Duracells.
The world's most famous airport dweller is Iranian Mehran Karimi Nasseri, who lived in the Terminal 1 of Paris's Charles de Gaulle for a whopping 18 years.
Holy guacamole.
So he's not even in the Guinness Book of Records for staying at Terminal 2 of the Guangqi Airport.
Well, this dude that I just mentioned isn't even close to this next dude. It says, while 18 years is a long time, Bayram Tepeli from Turkey spent a staggering 27 years at Atatürk Airport, where he moved in 1991 due to problems with his family before it closed in 2019.
So it always seems that family issues, I can't say that I would go to an airport. But we know a person in our group who's always, we should suggest the Riverton Airport.
The airport might not. Is there an airport in Riverton? I have no idea.
Oh, there's got to be a boat dock or something, a campground or anyway. I've got several questions. So, first of all, I guess, like, is divorce even something that happens in China?
I'm assuming not, because people are running to airports to get away, and not to take flights, but just to live.
So he's got no option, and maybe like the alimony would be like a large portion of his 200 yen.
I guess I couldn't tell you, but I'm assuming, making educated assumptions based upon that story, that it's more worth it to stay married and live in an airport than to get divorced.
Right. So this guy, and whoever his wife is, we know nothing about her.
Nothing.
Are still married, despite he's in the airport.
Correct.
It sounds like he has the exclusive rights to his government check or whatever they call it.
I guess
he's not either reaping any benefits from him. No one has called the police.
Nope. They've encouraged him to leave, but he was too drunk at the time and got mad.
And went to the airport and never came back. And I don't know, but like if he was in his 40s or 50s when he left, I'm assuming perhaps he had children. Nobody sent out an SOS.
I'm assuming that he told them where he was going, and they were fine with that.
They were good with that.
I'm assuming, because there's no missing persons report, nothing to that nature.
Do they go visit him like on holidays or?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
There's always more questions than answers in these stories.
And by the way, that was the end of the story. There's not like I'm leaving out anything.
No,
that was the end of the story.
I've been through this before with you, and yeah, it's not like we're going to get an interview with him. I don't know whether he has a phone or a computer, and I don't speak Mandarin, so we're only here left guessing that maybe he'll break the record. He's in his 60s. If he's healthy, if he's warm.
Well, he's been there, what'd they say? 14 years. So he's got another 13 to go to tie, 14 to beat the record.
Now, dumb question, because no one will have the answer, but like if we're loitering here, or if anyone found me passed out in an airport with my pillow that I bought from a crack addict and my bag of condiments and food, I'm pretty sure I'd be tossed in the clinker,
right,
or brought to a place where my mental health would be improved. I don't think there's anyone living in airports over here. I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, that goes with it depends on what they do with the homeless population, right? So here in New York, we got homeless living in the subway stations and all of this, and our shitbag government does nothing about it. So it's very possible that people are living at JFK, for example. I don't know. I don't visit JFK all the time because I don't go anywhere. But it's very possible that people live there. If the government isn't going to do anything about the homeless situation, then yeah, they probably do live there with, they may get a ticket or something, or, if they're being drunk, maybe they're arrested and taken to the drunk tank for the night. Other than that, nothing.
I try to think, like I've been in subways in various different cities, and you're right. You see a lot of homeless, you see a lot of beggars, whatever. I can't remember ever being in an airport. And again, not that I'm a frequent flyer, but I've been in some. I can't remember ever seeing a homeless person in an airport. Usually people there have money, and they're taking a flight and they're going somewhere.
Usually, but you don't have to have a ticket to get into the airport. So it's very possible that, and at least I don't know up by you, but here our airports are like pretty much in the middle of a very populated area. So it's not like I know Detroit was like kind of on the outskirts in a huge area where there's nothing but the airport. Here in New York, you're 5 minutes away from people's houses and city and all of this. So it's easy to get to the airport if you're homeless and just walk in and live.
Here's my question though. So there's usually two portions to the airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a portion that you get out of your vehicle or you park and you go, and you're in like the common area where you buy your tickets and check your baggage and all that shit. And then you get to the section where you got to cross through, the metal detector, show your boarding pass, yada yada yada. Is he managed to perpetrate into that portion of the airport?
I would assume so.
Really?
Yeah, because he would be in a boarding area.
Right. I believe that he's in a boarding area.
So he would be up near the
I don't.
He'd be up by the checkout or the check-in desk for the flight. So he would be in the area.
That's what I'm thinking. And then where all the shops are, because
where the shops, where the restaurants, because if he's got access to food, I mean, that's cool.
Oh, that's usually on the other side of the TSA.
Well, again, we're talking about China.
No.
I don't know what China TSA looks like.
True.
I don't know if they have security like that.
They may not. You're right. It may be a very small airport where he's at. You're right. We're guessing.
It also depends on how they treat their elderly, because they could have just said, here, if you're going to stay here, stay here. As long as you're not bothering anybody, that's cool with us.
Yeah, I get you. All right. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to our next story. This is another interesting one here, Big B. Talk about somebody making some money when everyone else is calling the blues during the COVID lockdowns and whatnot. Here's a dude that made some money, and it's kind of weird. But
no matter what the situation is, there's always going to be somebody to get over on it and make money. This coming from Fox 2 Detroit, by way of Germany. A man received up to 90 COVID-19 vaccination shots as part of a forged vaccine card scam.
A forged vaccine scam.
90
doses.
A 60-year-old man allegedly had himself vaccinated against COVID-19 dozens of times in Germany in order to sell forged vaccination cards with real vaccine batch numbers to people not wanting to get vaccinated themselves. The man from Eastern Germany city of Magdeburg, whose name was not released in line with Germany privacy rules, is said to have received up to 90 shots against COVID-19 vaccination centers in the eastern state of Saxony for months until criminal police caught him earlier this month. The suspect was not detained, but is under investigation for unauthorized issuance of vaccination cards and document forgery.
So I've had, I've had 3 shots and I've had no side effects.
Right.
But
I've had 3 as well.
But 90. I don't know that I want to tempt fate.
So
I'm that desperate to make some money.
So can I just stop here real quick and address every single conspiracy theorist out there? He got 90 shots, 90, and is still alive.
Still talking about it.
Bill Gates does not run his life. He does not have 90 microchips inside of him.
He's got more satellites than the United Nations.
Holy Christ. This proves every single conspiracy theory out there.
This guy's microchipped. He's like, what's that villain in Spider-Man? He's like Electro.
He was
Wi-Fi. This guy could get Wi-Fi on Jupiter.
He's gonna
be gold for like several years. If anything else will pop up, you can say, "Well, I got that. I got a shot for that."
So he didn't end up with a penis bigger than Ron Jeremy or 3 ears or
right. Nothing happened to him.
Nothing happened to this guy, ladies and gentlemen.
He was caught at a vaccination center in Eilenberg in Saxony when he showed up for a COVID-19 shot for the 2nd day in a row. That's not very smart.
No, they probably recognized him.
Right. Police confiscated several blank vaccination cards from him and initiated criminal proceedings.
I have a question.
Okay.
I don't know how it is over in the States, but in Canada, we had to show 2 pieces of ID to show who we are. Like, did this guy not have to produce fake ID to get said COVID shot?
Here in New York, I only had to show ID from my very first vaccination.
Really?
After that, they never asked for ID.
I think you just have to show your card and that's it.
I showed my card, and that was all I needed to do for the 2nd vaccine and the 3rd when I got the booster. All I did was show my card. Never showed him ID.
10-minute interview every time I got a needle.
Nope, not here.
And are you doing that? Are you feeling any symptoms? Who's your family doctor? I went through all that shit every time I went. It took longer than getting the shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was not immediately clear what kind of impact the approximately 90 shots of COVID-19 vaccines happened, which were from different brands that had on his personal health. I'm assuming he's fine because he's still alive.
He's had Moderna. He's had the J&J. He's had Pfizer.
He's had whatever national German brand there was.
He's team everybody.
Everything. He's the vaccine unifier.
The what?
The vaccine unifier. Hold while he writes things down.
He could go on German television if he wanted to and make millions of dollars for all these companies.
He could make millions of money. Hold while I write things down.
I'm running out of paper. We're not even halfway through this shit. All right, so but Big B has a good point, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is alive and he's talking about it. So if you're hesitant about getting 1 or 2, I'm sure it's better than the disease itself.
Yeah.
I couldn't even talk. If I was him, I don't know if I would talk myself into at least 20, let alone 90, unless he was making some pretty good money.
I'm sure he's making wonderful money in order to do that, to hand out the cards.
Also not of the right type of mind, similar to our friend in the Chinese airport who decided not to divorce, just move into an airport.
I would like to know how much he's charging for one of those cards.
Why? You're not vaccinated.
I am vaccinated. I would just be interested in how much he's making per card.
They never say the important things in these stories. That does not come up in this story.
But if they did answer these questions, we would be unemployed.
Very true.
We would have no reason to speak on these things because the answers would be right in front of us. and right in front of everyone else, and we wouldn't be able to discuss and debate and inject our own theories into these things.
True.
Excellent. All right. Let me see what I got next here. This could be good too. So we're jumping now to kind of like Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood's been in the news recently with the Will Smith, Chris Rock slap.
Yes.
But this is slapping of a different kind.
Yeah, very much so.
This coming from the liberal shitbag site, The Guardian. Headline reads, Hollywood's #1 penis maker, Chris Hemsworth, keeps his next to Thor's hammer.
Chris Hemsworth is a penis maker?
No.
Oh.
Hollywood's #1 penis maker, Chris Hemsworth keeps his next to Thor's hammer.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
There's a Hollywood penis maker.
If you've been watching any of the major American TV series recently, you may have noticed some new members in the cast. Some notable members, some lower members. From the animatronic talking Todger of Pam and Tommy to the bathroom bugle bared by Harry Goldenblatt in And Just Like That, plus a whole panoply in the latest season of Euphoria, we seem to have entered a dust storm of dick. Hold while I write things down.
Okay, you go ahead this time. I'm running out of paper. A dust storm of dick.
Of dick.
This sounds like an orgy in the desert.
Oh my God. Despite having instances of full frontal female nudity on screen since the experimental Dutch TV show Holopia in 1967, the male equivalent seems to have lagged behind for several decades. This may have been partly caused by the so-called obscenity laws, which prohibited the broadcast of an erect penis on national TV.
A soft one was okay.
It was fine. Indeed, it wasn't until August 2020 that British viewers got their first glimpse of an erection on telly as part of Channel 4's documentary, Me and My Penis.
Yeah. Me and My Penis.
British viewers have
so much fun. Me and my penis like to run. Me and my penis go poo together. And
me and my penis skip in the park together.
We like to frolic in the rain.
We play dodgeball.
Yeah.
British viewers have also been treated to glimpses of male nudity. Even the odd nubbin in a range of shows for many years. From War and Peace to Top Boy, from Misfits to Cucumber, flaccid, yes, fleeting, yes, but they were there. Back in 2014, Glenn Pritchard got memorably tasered in the tender parts in Channel 4's Babylon.
I didn't see that.
Pritchard's character was caught in a police raid wearing nothing more than a T-shirt. The crew told him various ways this could unfold. They said I could do all the rehearsals and all the other camera angles with underpants on. So I'd only be naked for that one shot. But that made it feel like it would be an occasion, building it up. So instead I tried to be naked as much as possible. So we all got used to it and it was more comfortable.
They're used to it. It's a shock value when you first see it, but then it's just that.
He just wanted his dick out.
Just that flaccid penis again.
I'm skipping around here because this goes on and on and on.
Yeah, we don't really need more. I am just amazed that if I was to Google, I would find a animatronic penis maker in Hollywood.
Yes.
Does buddy Jeff know this guy?
I don't know. I'd have to ask. But this is where we get into the who. But there are people who make this magic happen. But who are the people that make this magic happen? As a makeup and special effects artist, Matthew Mungle
We gotta find Matthew Mungle, everyone.
Has been in this line of work for decades, creating quite an impressive number of prosthetic penises. His second job may have been applying Johnny Depp's makeup every day on the Edward Scissorhands shoot, but he has hit on something of a specialism recently in making realistic, mobile or comic male genitals in everything from Will Ferrell's Step Brothers to Little Britain USA and Shameless. He says, when I get an email or a phone call from a producer or director saying they need a penis,
I need a penis right now.
My first questions are
info.
My first questions are, is it cut or not cut? What is the length and girth? How large are the testicles?
Does he have a 3D printer? How does he fucking do?
How large are the testicles and how long are the pubic hairs?
He's like a taxidermist.
It sounds like a dating profile, I say. Mungo throws back his head in a great laugh and says, you have to think about this stuff.
So the next time, ladies and gentlemen, you see a penis in the movies or on television, it is probably not the real thing. And you know now, hang on, we're going to bring up Big B here. I got to scroll back over to you. Hang on, Big B. And you know now the amount of work that goes into this. And this is the penis sculptor.
This is Matthew Mungle.
Yes, he is the penis whisperer, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold while I write things down.
Oh, Lord. Where do they find this stuff for us? All right, that gets
well, one more paragraph.
I do have one more question, but I killed it. We can still talk about it.
It says, while he already has a range of soft molds for various peckers, which can be customized or used off the peg, Mungle also makes bespoke penises for TV and film productions by sculpting a whole new structure out of oil-based clay. That's right. Shaft, testicles, scrotum, and curlies all coming together in one neat package that can be glued to the actor's stomach.
Right. That's a little high.
Not if you're in the Alien movies.
True. It's going to be so. Now, why isn't this guy going after the sex doll business? Like,
because I'm sure he makes more money in Hollywood.
So when I watch a pornography by chance on, let's say, Pornhub,
while you are not raping.
I'm not raping. I'm just visually entertaining myself for a few minutes.
Gotcha.
Are these prosthetic penises or are these real?
I would say those are real.
And are the pussies prosthetic as well?
I would say
is there a Hollywood pussy maker?
I would say that the ones on Pornhub are real, and I don't know if there's a Hollywood pussy maker.
So when Sharon Stone opened her legs during that, she was getting interrogated during that one movie, was that her snatch or was that made of oily clay?
I believe that was hers.
Okay. Interesting. I question everything now.
As you should.
I question everything. I have a question for Scotty. Do they use fake penises in Second Life? Or whatever you're endowed with your original character? Can you buy an appendage if you weren't happy with said body figure you bought? Avatar or whatever.
When you first come into Second Life, you are vanilla. You have pretty much nothing until you buy a body and you can get a penis.
So you can get super schlong in
Second Life. Not just Hollywood.
You can have it do certain things that would bring possible enjoyment to you or the other person.
So do they have second porn life?
So wait a minute. You can buy like add-ons, like special powers, like what would you call it in a video game, Big B, if you had a gun and you wanted to arm it with something? You would use a special feature.
There are okay, I'll put it this way. There are creators that are similar to what this guy does.
Right.
That do basically everything a real one does.
Okay. But is there
you can make it go pee, you can make it go come, you can make it pretty much do anything you want.
You can make it go come.
Make it into a sparkler.
Probably.
Imagine whipping your penis out at a party in Second Life, Big B, and it's like a sparkler.
I want to know why Scotty's describing things as if he were a child this week. You make millions of money. You can make the penis go come.
I'm tired. I haven't felt well this week, so I'm kind of in a ditzy kind of brain mode right now.
That's okay. You've been eating lots of cheese, haven't you?
Yeah, actually I have, so that might be part of it too.
It's part of it too. It's
I could be sapping my brain strength.
That's okay. At least you showed up. All right.
Sure.
Let me see the next one here. We have one more before we go to our big Florida stories. And
I say we do Mike reads the news before Florida, though.
Yes, I forgot.
Yes.
Very much. I've been so involved in these excellent conversations we've been having. We will go to Mike reads the news before Florida. This has to do with the opposite side of the body.
Correct. This coming from the New York Post. Headline reads, singer hospitalized because she wouldn't fart in front of her partner. This singer might have fared better if she'd let it go. Brazilian songstress Viviane de Queiroz Pereira had to be hospitalized after her reluctance to fart in front of her significant other resulted in a dangerous gas buildup.
Oh,
this sounds like Chernobyl.
She detailed her gastrointestinal fiasco in an Instagram story for her 15.7 million followers, which has since disappeared from her feed.
Right. We can't get 10,000, but a woman who refuses to fart can get 15 million.
Well, when she looks like that, yes, she's going to get 15 million.
True enough.
I woke up at 5:30 a.m. with severe stomach pains and ended up in the hospital, wrote Pereira, known for her stage name, Puka.
Puka.
Stupid people. It included photos of the 27-year-old superstar in the medical facility as seen in screenshots on social media. Per the Post, Pereira's bizarre affliction started after she refused to let her rip because she wasn't on farting terms with her boyfriend. The gaseous gal also reportedly heeded advice from a TikTok thread that told her to ignore the stomach pains, which eventually resulted in her having to report to the doctor with an accumulation of trapped farts.
Oh.
Hold while I write this down.
The only reason I believe this is real is because it's the New York Post. Like, I mean, we've all held in gas before. You're on an elevator, you're in a position where you don't want it, but eventually you let the baby rip. But I've never gotten sick from holding my farts, maybe from holding my shit in.
I like how we see a trend in these stories that we do on a weekly basis where these like really low IQ, dumb individuals think to seek out medical advice from the retards on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I should do? Comment below. If
you're getting advice from TikTok, medical advice from TikTok, I hope your lower intestine explodes and shit runs down your legs until you keel over and die.
I hope your lower intestine explodes.
Trapped gas occurs when methane does not move through one's intestines normally, causing sufferers sharp pain or discomfort in their abdomen.
So this is a common thing. Tell me so.
Well, you ever have gas pains and stuff when you know?
Yeah, but eventually you sit on the toilet.
100%. Eventually, you sit on the toilet, you fart, you shit, you're done.
Yeah.
However, this condition is generally caused by certain foods and underlying medical conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, rather than abstaining from cutting the cheese.
So you think you're going to poop your pants, basically?
I guess.
Yeah.
Thankfully, doctors were able to relieve Pereira of her natural gas reserves.
Okay, so now what do you do? Do you try to get the anus to secrete a little bit with Vaseline? Do you stick a needle into the small intestine? How do you get rid of the methane?
I hope someone pushes on her stomach like they're fucking trying to start somebody's heart, and it all comes out while she's sitting on the fucking bed in stirrup.
God, it's fart CPR.
like you're fucking pressing down on a whoopee cushion.
Oh Lord. Yeah, this is an explosive situation, isn't it? Anyway, is she okay?
That's it, guys. I'm medicated and I'm fine, insisted the singer-songwriter who is using her gassy saga to warn others against keeping things bottled up inside. She says, girls, don't be ashamed to fart in front of your guy, because what's really embarrassing is not letting your guy sleep because you're in discomfort, going to the hospital with your guy, and the diagnosis being trapped farts.
I've had many a good laugh with a female partner, just like with the guys, over a fart. There is nothing to break the ice like a good fart.
Like a good ripping fart.
Yeah. Never be afraid to fart.
So remember, as I was saying about the idiots on TikTok, the last part of the story, she is not full of hot air. In September, in a September video PSA, popular TikTok doc Karen Rajan warned people to never pass on passing gas, as otherwise the farts could come out of your mouth.
How gross.
Could you imagine sitting at like a blind date, or you're out with another couple? Let's talk like married people. You're out with another couple, and someone, male or female, the husband or the wife, is getting very uncomfortable, and they fart out their mouth.
Never mind a burp.
I call bullshit on that.
Again, what did I say about the TikTok people?
Yes.
This was a TikTok doctor.
Yeah, no.
So, and I think it would be less offensive if you're like in a debate with someone, and instead of saying you're full of fucking shit, you just say you're farting out your mouth right now.
That's the elegant British way to say it.
Yes.
You're farting out of your mouth.
I don't mean to disagree with you.
But you're farting out of your mouth.
But you just made a toot out your mouth.
Toot. Go toot.
I love the stories this week. All right, let's give Big B a break. And ladies and gentlemen, a very important friend of the show and entertains us all the time. Before we come back with with our Florida stories, which I know everybody loves, is our good friend Mike reads the news with Mike Jolitz. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hey, hello, Cave Crew Radio.
Hey, everybody, it's Mike Jolis. How the hell are you guys? I am doing fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah. Hello to DK, and hello, Sir Big B. How the hell are you guys? And yeah, guys, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. Kanye West pulled out of Coachella. If only his dad had pulled out. If only. The Grammys were on TV last weekend. Again, I missed it. I did read that Louis C.K. won Best Comedy Record. Suck on that, cancel culture. The Phoenix Suns finished their season with the most wins in the NBA and the most in franchise history. Congrats. I still don't care. Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor won the 2022 BumWineBob.com Battle of the Booze and are now two-time champions. They were my choice all the way. Never a doubt. Went to Topgolf with my brother and son last weekend. Had a beer and some fun. Yeah, also hit some golf balls too. I didn't hit anyone off a slice this time though, so that's good news. Not sure if you heard about this one there, Big B, but the New York Yankees games are going to be exclusively on Prime Video in 2022. The Friday night games, was like 19 total or so. Yeah, Prime Video. So hope you got the Prime Video for those local games, because otherwise you ain't getting it. Kind of like me and the Arizona D-backs out here. Blows. In case anyone was wondering, today apparently was National Burrito Day. I didn't know that was a thing. And tomorrow, Friday, April the 8th, it's National Take Rum to Work Day. It sounds good, though. A bunch of retards decided they wanted to sue Burger King because their sandwich sizes in the ads are bigger and they mislead the customers. Talk about a team of rocket scientists there. Jeez. It's 100 of them. 100 rocket scientists. Yeah. And finally in the news is sport I don't give two shits about. In NASCAR, Denny Hamlin won the Richmond Raceway race of the dickheads, and yeah, he won. So, alrighty, guys. Well, yeah. Oh, I got nothing else. Alrighty, guys. Well, it is now time for the weather. DK. Heading over to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, where DK lives. On Saturday is going to be a high of 43, Sunday 53, and Monday is going to be 61 balmy degrees. DK. It's going to rain, though. Sorry. Queens, New York, where Big B. Saturday is 58 degrees, Sunday 53, and Monday 61 degrees. Sir Big B. Doesn't look like you got any rain, so yeah, that's good. And finally, in the weather, heading out here to Surprise, Arizona. I can't bring it up. I'm just going to say it's going to be nice. Alrighty, guys. That does it for this Mike Reads the News. Hope you guys have a great show. I will be back next week, I think. Probably. Yeah, should be. Alrighty, guys. But if you want to get me on the Twitter, it's at Mike Jolitz. If you want to email me, it's MikeJolitz@gmail.com. Or if you want to call and leave a voicemail, the number is 701-484-3657. Re-listen to that if you didn't get it. That was one breath. Not doing it again. All right, later, everybody. Bye-bye.
He's actually going back to giving his actual Twitter and his email address and his phone number. I encourage everyone to phone him and leave a message. And
two quick things, since he did address me in his news. Yes, Mike, I do have the Prime, Amazon Prime, so I can watch the Friday night Yankee games. I cannot watch any other game because I don't have a cable package, so I don't have the Yes Network. So all I can watch is the Prime games.
There you go.
And real quick, if you leave that picture up, please. Last week, my wife was down here while we were doing the show, and it came time to Mike Reads the News. I muted my mic, and I said, that's the person we're going to visit when we go out to Arizona. And she sees the picture of the three. She goes, which one? I said, they're all the same person.
Yes. Let's bring it up again. This is the magnificent Mike Jolis. He's a man of many characters.
She looked at this picture as it was full screen, and she said, "Which one?"
There you go. You don't
Mike,
know
the man of many faces.
which one. I guarantee you'll have a good time with Mike.
I can't wait.
But I gotta say, in defending Mike, those little sound effects and shit he throws in there with the weather and at different times. You know, we've done an audio drama comedy before, Bowling Alley Karaoke. There's a lot of fucking editing that goes into that. Like, I would send you your lines, and Scotty wasn't in it, but I mean, I'd send Scotty his lines, and I take the lines and the sound effects. And oh my God, was it complicated? And the thing ended up like 5 minutes at the end of it. Here we're live. I hit a few buttons and shit like that, but whatever happens, happens. I much prefer live than recording.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he like the things he does when he reasons is very quick, but there's a lot of work that goes into that, doing those sound effects.
I bet he's got a good hour, 2 hours of editing to make that little 5 minute, 4 minute clip.
We appreciate it every time.
I've tried. When I first got into all this shit, and people would say, "Oh, yeah, let's do a podcast. You edit it. It sounds better. Yada yada." Well, number one, you end up recording the same thing like 15 times because you're sitting there recording it and you're going, and then yada yada. Oh fuck, I'm doing it again. And, you know, like at least live, we go, "Oh fuck, we made a mistake," or "I hit the wrong sound," or whatever happens, and that's half the fun of being live. I fucking hate pre-recording. Just me.
Oh, I'm the same way. When I came up with, when I was going to do the metal show, I purposely made sure we were going to do it live every week because I knew not so much that the recording was a pain in the ass because that's the world I came from, but I knew if I had to record it and I could take my time and record it whenever, it would never get done.
Not just that, but imagine then you're more critical.
Yeah,
like,
oh, for sure.
I saved the file and I upload it to this thing now that like condenses it and evens our voices out and yada yada yada. But I don't edit any of the ums, the ahs, the pauses, the sneezes, the whatever. Someone comes in our camera. I don't edit any of that. But when you're recording, you're like, "Oh God, I took a breath."
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I don't know about you, but you listen to these shows. I don't enjoy them as much.
Well, you go into it. At least I do. If I'm going to go record something like we did, the bowling alley karaoke, like you said, I would sit there in my mind. Okay, I have a certain way I want to do this. And then I would start thinking about it as I'm doing it. So then I would stop and be like, okay. And then I got to stop, delete the track, re-record it, and do it. When we're live, it's just off the top of my head. It's just rolling. I can't think about, I have to make it sound this way. It sounds the way it sounds.
And there's no like canned jokes. Like when we go, "Oh, we got to write this down." It's just shit that flies out of the top of our head. Sometimes it's unintentional, but it could be the funniest thing that happens. But yeah, no, I mean, we've all been doing this for years and years and years, and I just the recorded part I can't do.
100%, I agree. 100%.
I mean, I love putting this out as a podcast, but what you hear if you're listening on a podcast, and I know there's a lot of people that do, and podcasts are convenient, and I get it, but you're getting like real time. Whatever we're doing.
Yep.
So anyway,
I agree.
What's that, Scotty?
I agree.
Excellent. You're so easy to get along with this week.
Things can change. You never know.
But
I listen to my show when I'm working usually, and there's things that I would love to change, but we'll figure that out sooner or later.
But I don't have 90 hours to edit a 90-minute show. And I think if I like paused and cut something out and added a sound effect, that This takes away from the real conversation, but that's just me. Anyway, folks, a new kind of fun part of the show. We've always kind of done this, but it's really got a name now.
Everyone from Florida is stupid.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the News.
Yes, it is Florida in the News, ladies and gentlemen, and we have two stories for you this week that we think you'll enjoy, that are straight from the most wonderful place in the world. And we're not talking about Walt Disney. We're going to bring you better stuff than that.
We're bringing you the real Florida. This first story comes from clickorlando.com. Headline reads, Officer demands probation in case regarding motorized suitcase chase at Orlando Airport. An Orlando police officer is demanding an airline passenger accused of unruly behavior receive at minimum a sentence of supervised probation if she enters into a plea deal with prosecutors over an incident that's become the subject of a viral video.
Imagine that. And I could not find the video. I apologize.
The officer's body-worn camera captured video of Chelsea Alston riding through the Orlando International Airport on a motorized suitcase last year after airline workers denied her boarding because she appeared intoxicated.
It's like riding on a little kid's fucking big wheel or something. I have been to this airport.
Can you get DUI from riding on a suitcase?
I would have such a blast. I'd be like,
I was thinking the same thing, Big B.
We're going to miss our plane. I don't give a shit. There's some fucking crackhead riding around on a motorized. I didn't even know there was motorized suitcases.
Was the crackhead selling pillows, by the way?
In a suitcase.
That's right. Coming out of the suitcase. Here, you get a pillow. You get a pillow.
And there's a free book.
Make sure the book doesn't hit you.
Oh, Lord.
Alston, who was 32, was later arrested for repeatedly spitting on the officer and damaging his patrol car. How was she damaged the patrol car if she's in the airport?
So he took the patrol. Do they have like a motorized fucking thing too?
In the airport?
Oh, this is so cool now.
If convicted of battery on a law enforcement officer and criminal mischief, Alston faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison for each felony count. Alston's trial is scheduled to begin Wednesday. Prosecutors recently offered Alston a plea deal that would spare her any additional jail time beyond the 20 days she previously served in custody after her arrest. During a court hearing on Monday, the officer who was allegedly battered by Alston agreed with prosecutors that any plea agreement should include supervised probation.
I have a question.
Please.
You know those things you can rent when you go to different towns where you stand on and they're motorized and
like a scooter.
Yeah, but you're standing on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? They got a name. I can't think of it. Do you think he was on one of those chasing her around on her motorized?
Can you imagine? That would be like the fucking Keystone Cops running around.
Oh, a Segway,
Florida.
yeah.
Oh, a Segway.
That's what it's called. This is better than Paul Bart Mall Cop.
It happened in public in one of the most public places you can probably imagine, the Orlando International Airport. What the fuck?
So she's riding around on a motorized scooter. The other guy's eating chow mein and drinking sake.
So let me go back because ad just popped up and I had to go back. Let me start over. It happened in public in one of the most public places you can probably imagine, the Orlando International Airport, where we've seen a rise of occurrences like this and behavior like this. Are there a rash of motorized suitcase gangs in Orlando.
Oh my, I'm going to Orlando just to see the airport. Never mind the other shit. Busch Gardens and Alligator Alley and the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. I want to see the motorized suitcase gang. What the fuck? The motorized suitcase gang. Excuse me, I might need a show note.
Pause while he writes things down. Spitting in my face at the height of a pandemic warrants some level of probation here. Officers have arrested dozens of airline passengers at Orlando International Airport for violent or unruly behavior since the pandemic began. I feel like just giving Alston credit for time served probably won't help deter this action in the future from Mrs. Alston, and definitely doesn't help deter further action in the eye of the public. Under a proposed plea deal, Alston would be placed on supervised probation for 2 years and must take an anger management course.
Hey, a motorized suitcase can't be cheap. This isn't something like your average crackhead could afford.
They can if they're selling pillows.
True. I can't wait to hear about that book.
I will start reading it soon.
Found the video for it too.
Excellent. Post it on the Facebook group. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are actually motorized suitcase gangs at the Orlando International Airport. That much I didn't know, and yeah, we think there's a lot of scary stuff. But anyway, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is...
It's time for Big B's Big Bang Story of the Week.
This coming from Fox 35 Orlando. Headline reads, Florida man accused of tackling deputy, kissing stepsister, and attacking parents. From Deltona, Florida, a 20-year-old Deltona man is facing 8 felony charges after tackling a deputy during a violent fight, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. The alleged fight started when the suspect's girlfriend said she saw him forcibly kiss his 16-year-old stepsister.
This sounds like a Brady Bunch brawl.
Investigators said the incident happened on March 29th, which also happened to be the birthday of the suspect. A family member dialed 911 after the fight broke out. Quote, my stepdad is pulling a gun out on him. I'm scared, ma'am. Please help me.
He just kissed the fucking little Cindy.
And guns are drawn.
Yeah.
Deputies drove up on the chaotic scene on Babcock Avenue, where they found Slyman on the ground fighting another male. Hey, everybody, get on the ground now, shouted the deputy. The audio captured on his body camera. The deputy, with his taser drawn, appears to have the fight broken up when Slyman charges after the officer. It never had to happen, said Glenn Ford. Ford still has bruises on his face and 2 fractured ribs from the fight with his stepson. He said it all started when he asked Russell to leave after Russell forcibly grabbed and kissed his stepsister.
Are you guys listening to this?
Jeez.
He grabbed a dog leash.
Who? Ford or Stelsey?
Slyman.
Slyman, whatever.
Slyman.
I was sitting at the table like
Slyman.
I was sitting at the table like you saw me. He came behind me, pushed his mom out of the way, wrapped a leash around my neck, pulled me off the chair, and started strangling me right there on the ground, said Ford. Ford said he started to black out. I thought I was going to die.
At what point did he get his gun?
I don't know. The incident report states Russell also tried to strangle his mother when she tried to intervene. Ford said he got up and grabbed his shotgun, which led the fight outside. He almost got shot here, and he almost got shot again And the cop told my wife he had every right to put him in his place with a gun because he was being strangled from behind, said Ford.
With a dog collar.
With a dog leash.
A dog leash. Sorry, I thought it was a dog collar.
Russell is facing 10 charges, including 8 felonies. Some of those charges include battery, child abuse, and resisting arrest. Glenn hopes this incident gets his stepson the help he needs. But in the meantime, he's not allowed back in their home.
No shit.
That's it. You're not allowed back in this house after strangling me and strangling your mother and trying to kiss people.
With Fifi's dog leash.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Only Florida.
Ford missed his shot twice is what I'm...
Twice.
Right. So Ford had a shotgun. He couldn't take Sleeman down. And then fucking officer, whatever his name is, comes in with his fucking taser.
And couldn't take him down.
I draw my pistol at that point, I believe.
Well, that's why you're not a police officer.
Right. Don't you miss our show we used to watch?
Oh, fucking Live PD? I miss it every weekend. If it wasn't for these liberal fucking shitbags, I could still be watching fucking Live PD. But no, whiny crybaby fucking felon gets killed by one cop. Suddenly all cops are bad. I hate fucking liberals.
I used to, after the show, turn it on, have my dinner, then I'd fall asleep to it. And then on Saturday, same thing, because it was on late. And they did like reruns. I'd always fall asleep to it. It was my favorite show.
I interviewed one of the officers.
Yeah, it was
great.
We should get him on our show. See how he felt about the cancellation.
I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't seen him.
He's not doing Live PD.
No, he retired from being a police officer, so I don't know what he's doing now. Huh?
I thought they would have brought it back by now.
You know they're not going to because fucking the cancel culture, liberal bullshit.
No, but we can watch one truck rescue, and we can watch people bidding on empty fucking storage containers and all the other.
We used to watch Cops a lot too.
Well, Cops is actually on.
Yeah,
it's on Fox Nation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, new episodes. It was picked up. You have to subscribe to Fox Nation. It's like $1 a month or some shit, and you get new episodes of Cops.
But yet now it's like my 90-day fiance, my 1,000-pound life. Like who gives a fuck? Naked survival.
Lowest
PD.
Low IQ television at its best with those 90-day fiance and 1,000-pound whatever you were saying. It's low IQ television and I can't stand it.
The Masked Singer.
Oh my God, awful.
Oh, fucking terrible shit. And Grey's Anatomy has probably been on air for 48 years.
Can I tell you, speaking of, we're talking about TV real quick. There's a new show on Netflix, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name, but it's a Korean space, end of the world type show. And it has 2 actors from the Squid Game in it.
Oh, I must find that.
It's It's the something sea, the Silent Sea, maybe something like that.
And is it as good as Squid Game?
I only watched one episode. I just saw it the other day. I watched one episode of it, and the one episode I saw was really good.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
I think it's called the Silent Sea.
Yeah, the Koreans make excellent TV.
Oh, it's great. What the so far, it's really good. And the reason why I watched it, why I caught my eye was there's 2 actors from Squid Game. So it was like my wife was like, we're going through shows to watch. She's like, oh, you might find this interesting. It's like, oh, okay.
I mean, because Squid Game was both terrible and beautiful
all at the same time.
It was wonderful.
This show so far is really the one episode is really good. It's really well made. It's good.
Because I got to tell you about Squid Game. There's a lot of shows I start, and I might get 1 episode in, or even 4 or 5, and then they lose me.
Right.
for some reason, I needed to see who the last one standing in Squid Game was.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, the two people in this show that I started watching in Squid Game was, remember the guy in the very beginning that played the game where you would throw the things down and it would slap people? That was the guy who decided to bring you into Squid Game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The guy in the suit that met him at the train. He's like the main character. And the other character, remember the douchebag gang leader that was in Squid Game?
Oh, the guy that banged that chick in.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's in this new show as well.
Okay. Yeah, those good actors. That was a good show.
Yeah,
I really hope they make a sequel, but I'm awfully afraid it's going to get taken away by Hollywood and it'll have awesome effects, but the whole thing will be lost.
Well, from what I heard from about Squid Game is that Netflix did order a second season. What I worry about is because Squid Game became this phenomenon that happened almost overnight.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight for the writer. The writer took 10 years to finally get this done.
To write that show. Yeah.
Right. He tried to sell it to everybody and their mother and nobody would buy it. So he had all that time to rewrite it and refine it and redo everything. Now that Netflix picked up season 2, I'm afraid that it would be the luster would be gone off of it.
Yeah.
It would be like kind of a forced season 2. Well, I have to write this now. What am I going to write about? Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. We hope you're wearing your helmet because we're about to name the show.
Is it that time?
Well, yeah.
I'm enjoying this week's show.
It's been a great show with great stories.
I want to continue.
I'd love to too, but unfortunately, as we talk about every week, I might have to urinate.
I didn't drink as much peanut butter whiskey. I still got some beer left.
Well, keep drinking.
I guess so.
I didn't say we're ending right this minute. I said we're starting to name the show.
Okay.
Amanda says she's sorry. She's a little late to the party.
She was a lot late, but okay.
She was watching Nikki and Vlad on Treehouse with the kids.
What the hell is Nikki and Vlad?
Yeah, I just spit it out.
Okay.
But Amanda, you may want to go back and watch because Big B ordered a My Pillow.
I got a pillow from a crackhead.
Yes, in My Pillow, which everyone knows and has seen on TV, and he's got a very cryptic novel with it. Very strange. So let's bring it up again. It's got holograms. And what are the 3 chapters, Big B?
Oh, the three. Well, it's not chapters. They're chapters within the sections.
Oh.
So the 3 sections of the book are section 1 is cocaine. Section 2 is crack.
Yeah, that one.
And section 3 is Jesus.
Turn it.
There you go. And of course, the back. Don't forget the child, the speaker. The child, the speaker.
He's going to be a preacher. And you know what the fucking sucks about all this is I'll probably spend my Sundays watching him.
I'm really going to start reading this book very soon, and I will report back on it.
I absolutely can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, and
From buying a pillow, yes, Amanda. From buying you have to go back and listen to the very beginning of the show.
If you would show up to the beginning of the show, we actually have content from the beginning to the very end.
This was
the epicenter and the breaking news, and you need to go back to the beginning of the video.
That's right.
And Big B will tell you the story of how he needed a new pillow and how he found a savior.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm sure we got lots written down tonight. Scotty, I noticed, and I should start a new thing here. I noticed that you had a pen. Do you have anything for us tonight?
I've got a few.
What do you got?
First one is cocaine, crack, and Jesus.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't have that down. Cocaine. I got to write it down, Scotty. I don't have a secretary.
Fine.
Okay.
These people.
I had that one as well. Good one.
Terminal 3.
Terminal 3.
Penis Whisperer.
Penis Whisperer. Excellent, Scotty.
And and Dust Storm of Dick.
A what?
Dust Storm of Dick.
Yes, that was a good one. I did have that written down as well. I think, didn't I? Well, I think BB wrote it down. All right. I've got a few. I'm not going to list them all. But right at the beginning, just might be a show note. I bought a pillow from a crackhead. Another show note. It was beautiful. Tasered in the tender parts. Way too long for anything. Was he went for a walk 14 years ago and ended up in Terminal B. And one that could be a show name. He's the vaccine unifier.
I like that one.
All right, well, keep it in mind when it comes to vote. Big B probably has 6.
I was going to guess 6 too.
Well, if you guessed 6, you are both correct.
Oh,
nice.
Wait, that needs a sound effect. Never have 2 people, let alone 1, guess the exact amount of show names Big B and show notes Big B would have. I need a drink before I write things.
let me give him a second while he drinks. Hold while he drinks things before he writes things down.
You should write that down. Anyway, okay. What's number 1?
Number 1, he could make millions of money.
Oh, yeah.
That was Scotty's very childish reaction to one of the stories.
Yep.
He could make millions of money.
Yeah, that was a German vaccine guy.
Yes, my younger son says that. You have millions of money, Daddy. Yes, I do.
Millions of money.
Next up, sometimes he visits Terminal 3.
I like that one.
And I do have a couple that everybody has said already.
This was one of our favorite stories, ladies.
It has to be.
Yeah.
So I do have a couple that everybody has said already. He is the Penis Whisperer.
Yeah, the Penis Whisperer. Yes, he is.
He is. He is the Penis Whisperer. Next up, accumulation of trapped farts.
Amanda's sitting there going, what did I miss?
She missed a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Okay.
Next up, and I really, really like this. So I think it's tied with the one I'm going to say last. It's fart CPR. I really, really like that.
Well, then why is it not your favorite?
Because my favorite has been said already, and it has a ring to it. Are you ready?
Yep.
A dust storm of dick.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yes, Amanda, you missed a lot. Well, there are some good ones tonight. There was Penis Whisper, or sorry, he
is
the Penis Whisperer, which was an excellent show note. And then keeping along with he's the vaccine unifier. It's fart CPR, where I have to agree this is really good. A dust storm of dick. Which I don't think any of us said. It was just in the story.
It was in the story. It was a line in the story. A dust storm of dick.
I'll vote for that one. With the other three definitely getting into the show notes.
Amanda says she's definitely going to watch from the beginning. In order to understand everything we've just said, you have to watch from the beginning. This has just been one of those shows.
Yeah, I'm not one to toot our own horns. Choo Choo Stu slept through the entire thing. But tonight, we had some good material. We had some good material tonight. From beginning, and it starts with the epicenter, which is not even one of the stories. I think tonight we had some good stuff. So is anyone in argument of a dust storm of dick?
Nope.
No.
And the others will meander into the show notes. So make some popcorn, Amanda, and make sure the kids are nowhere near the room. And I think we put on a pretty entertaining show tonight, if I don't say so myself. It's always hard to follow it, but I'm sure other weirdos and other stories will come up.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got. I'm not bursting at the seams to pee tonight. They're gone to bed. So Amanda can rewind and watch from the beginning.
As soon as we sign off, just start again.
Yeah.
And watch from the beginning.
Not much on the pre-show. We're talking about sports and stuff like that. So you fast forward till we get to the
epicenter
introductions, the epicenter, and it kind of all goes like a train in the night.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I was totally mentally exhausted after this week. And I have to go to a couples night dinner theater tomorrow. So this kind of helped me bring my blood pressure down.
Well, that sounds better than what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh, no.
I get to do my taxes tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't give them to somebody else. I do them myself.
Yeah, I do too. I also do my taxes.
Fun times. I get to do taxes tomorrow.
Yeah, I always leave mine till the end. I thought maybe you had like a Easter is right around the corner. So
That's
I thought
next week
you'd have something going on with James at the school.
No, they have something during the week. And then obviously Easter's next weekend, but they have an Easter egg hunt on Tuesday at the school.
She thinks I don't take my wife anywhere. Like, it's just, we've been together a long time. Occasionally, I got to take the Mick for the team.
Her and Jason are still, in compared to us, her and Jason are still fairly new.
The infancy stage. And I hate to tell you this, Amanda. I don't want you to get all worked up, but tomorrow our dinner will be served on plates.
Ooh, not styrofoam containers?
Styrofoam. No straws. Escargot from an actual plate.
Actual silverware, not like plastic knives and forks wrapped in a cellophane bag.
I will actually shave. Not my goatee, but I will.
Oh, wow.
I will shave my cheeks.
Scary.
Maybe bathe. You never know. Might choose to bathe.
He will definitely shave, but may or may not bathe.
May or may not bathe before said event.
It's great.
Anyway, boys, I am now starting to feel the pee coming on. We'll see you next week, kids. Next week. Are we doing Good Friday? Or are we doing Thursday? What are we doing?
I'm fine for Good Friday.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm fine.
All right. We'll see you Friday instead of Thursday. Maybe we'll see you both nights since Friday's a holiday. You never know. Maybe you will catch the show from the beginning. All right, kids. We'll see you later. Everyone be good.
Later.
More laughs. More hot topics. More weird news.
Check it out.
More surprises than ever. It's Cave Crew Double2. Only on cavecrewradio.com.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Human over animal, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But LAFD definitely, this training situation, they're probably extra prepared today, knowing that these rains were coming. And as we mentioned, the river, LA River, is always just dry as a bone, and now just super flooded and flowing. And so they've got to basically make it to a perfect mark where this guy's going to be able to go down the river and not pass them, but be able to get over there to the water. Fascinating to see how this works. And then they take each one up individually.